Some of the very latest figures on Ohio's prison overcrowding puts it at more than 130% overcrowded. And that is a key reason for the Ohio Criminal Justice Recodification Committee. It's just a big fancy term for justice reform. And recently it got some big support from political heavy hitters nationally, including a pop culture icon, the author of Orange is the New Black, Piper Kerman.
Not just sort of heart and soul importance, but it has a dollars and cents importance, because we know that prisoners who have the ability to be successful by rejoining a group of people who care about them are much less likely to return to prison.
With a master's and doctorate in social work, Patrice Palmer knows the challenge and the reward.
Being able to watch people walk through a process and restoring the value, the dignity, and the worth of a person, we restore a productive citizen back to society. So having an opportunity to do that is amazing.
Patrice's own story is amazing. She understands what it's like to have drugs run your life and what it's like to be an inmate.
I wanted to become the change I wanted to see. So breaking those cycles, gaining an education, earning 3 degrees and a doctorate. I've only been home 12 and a half years. So it was important because I had to break the cycle in my own life before I could do it for somebody else.
Becoming that change is the direction and goal of the Justice Action Network. The group's mission is to reduce the prison population. It took special notice of how Ohio is tackling the work with the Recodification Committee and supports the effort.
We know that these reforms work. We know that you can safely reduce the prison population and associated costs to the taxpayers while at the same time dropping the crime rate.
There are more than 50,000 inmates living in Ohio prisons. 25 years ago, there were 31,000. Today, the cost of incarceration runs about $25,000 a year per inmate. Grover Nordquist is the founder of Americans for Tax Reform and believes the goal should not be building more prisons.
There's a great deal of waste in our criminal justice system. We're putting too many people in prison for too long.
Litigation is expensive. Diversion programs instead of prosecution and prison time might be more effective and efficient for both offenders and taxpayers. Nationally, the ACLU's Campaign for Smart Justice believes that conversation is best carried out in the State House instead of the courthouse.
Our focus will be working with state legislators and local leaders to try to introduce new reforms that are focused on solutions and positive outcomes for communities.
And those communities still must be protected from violent and repeat offenders, something Senate President Keith Faber wants to make clear.
This is not about being soft or hard on crime. It's rather about being smart on crime.
You can learn more about the Recodification Committee through its own website. That is ocjrc.legislature.ohio.gov. As always, the latest updates right here on our social media pages. That's at Ohio Senate GOP, and also on our webpage. That's ohiosenate.gov/Republicans. I'm John Fortney from the Ohio Senate.